Brake bleeding time. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Yeah, we're gonna be working on the 944 again. This time we're gonna be bleeding the brakes because I took a look at the brake fluid and yeah, it's dirty. So it's due for a change. While I was at it, I prepared everything. I put the car up already, put it up on my QuikJack, took the wheels off, checked the brake pads. Brake pads are fine all the way around. So to do the brake fluid change, I use the Motive Power Bleeder. This way I don't need anybody pumping on the pedal. Basically, you pump up the pressure up to about 15 pounds per square inch, and you let the pressure push out the old fluid as it replaces it with the new fluid. First thing you do, you connect it to your master cylinder. You always make sure it's cleaned off first before, so you don't get any dirt into your reservoir. You put it on, you pump it up full of air to 15 pounds per square inch, and you just check it for about a minute or two just to see if you have any pressure loss. That way, if you do, then you got to readjust your cap, just maybe tighten it up or whatever. I've had it on for quite a while now and it's still reading 15, so I'm good to go. All I got to do is add my brake fluid into the container, pump it back up to the 15. You start from the rear passenger wheel and you crack open the bleeder valve, let the fluid drain out into a catch can, and once you notice the color change, because the new fluid is clear, you'll notice the difference. Once it goes clear, you're done with that brake. You move on to the rear driver's side, do the same thing, then to the front passenger side, and then you end off on the front driver's side. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to film the rear wheel because the rest is repetitive, but you'll get the general idea. In case you were curious, this is the brake fluid I use. I use this in both my Porsches and my Volkswagen CC. One thing, guys, remember, be very careful with brake fluid. It's very corrosive and it'll just eat right through your paint, so always have a rag ready just in case you spill something. Wipe it up right away. Okay, so one thing I noticed is the brake bleeder valve in the rear, on the rears, are 7 mil, and in the front they're 8s. So the 7 mil, put the 7 mil on, put the tubing over it, and in this case I just leave the catch can sitting on the ground. Crack open the bleeder valve. Every once in a while you go and check your pressure. Once you've checked your pressure and you notice it's still at 15, or you got to just pump it up a little bit, you crack it back open. Continue. First brake will always take more fluid because you're draining out the whole system. Now you should be able to see the bottom is clear. The top stuff is all the old stuff. So that's good for this wheel. So you tighten it back up. You squeeze it. And you let all the oil, the brake fluid down in here. Cap it so not to spill it. Don't have to over tighten this. Put your little dust cap back on, and that wheel is done. Alright guys, so that's pretty much it. That's how you bleed the brakes on a 944 and pretty much on any other car. Using this power bleeder, it's very simple. It's a one-man thing. Like I said, you just put the pressure up. You always test fit it first. You put pressure on, you wait a few minutes, see if your pressure drops. If it doesn't drop, that's good. All you got to do is then fill it up with your whatever brake fluid you're going to use. Always check your owner's manual. And from there on, you pump it back up to the pressure, which is about 15 pounds per square inch. And you install a catch can. Doesn't have to be like that particular one, could be any container. And you just attach a hose, crack it open. The old fluid will bleed out. You'll notice the difference in the color when the new stuff goes through. Once that's done, there's no air. Close it back up, put your little cap on, continue on with the other wheels. And periodically you come and check just to make sure that you still have the proper amount of pressure in your power bleeder. If it's gone down, pump it back up to the appropriate 15 and continue on. That's it, no fuss, no muss. Like I said, brake fluid's corrosive, guys, so make sure you don't spill any, and if you get any on the paint, make sure you wipe it off right away, because that thing is just gonna eat through it. So that's it for this episode, guys. If you liked it, subscribe, hit that like button, and we'll see you on the next video. See ya.